Hi everybody, Phil Amendolia with LS2 Helmets, and today I'm going to discuss how to replace the sunscreen in your OF569. The 569 is a DOT ECE approved helmet. I particularly like it during the summer months because it has great visibility, peripheral vision. You almost feel like you're not wearing a helmet. In order to change the sunscreen, first of course you have to lift up the shield, and then this button is what activates the sunscreen. So you push it forward in order to bring the shield down, and you push this little black button back in order to trigger it out of the way. So we do have it in the down position when we're going to replace it. And when I talk about right and left on this helmet, I'm speaking of it as if it's sitting on your head. So the right side is the same side as your right ear. Now, this material is a fairly flexible plastic. You want to grab it. I usually twist my finger like that so that I've got a good flat surface area to grab it with. One of the things you're going to need to do is, I'm going to pull it down just a bit. I don't know if you're able to see it on camera, but you want to make sure that you get the edge of the shield underneath the top edge of the shell. So I grip it, as I said, in a flat area so that I don't scratch it. Pull down a little bit. Now, you might want to put it on a table. You can see I've got it pretty securely into my body, but you're pulling it down and then it's just a straight pull out. And then go to the left side and do the same thing, pull it. And you can see on this left side there's a rectangular shaped tab, and on the other is this little tab here. So when we go to reinstall it, what you're going to do is, I hope that you'll be able to see it with this camera, there's a little red rectangle right in there, and that's the receiver for the shield. So it's as simple as taking this rectangular tab, you line it up with that rectangular receiver, push it straight in until you get a little snap. And then you do the same on the opposite side, and you want to make sure that you get a good click in. And then you want to operate the shield a time or two to make sure that it is securely fastened. Occasionally I'll push it in and I won't quite get it snapped in properly, and so this will catch as it goes up. So it's just as simple as pulling it off once again and reinstalling it. Another thing that I want to tell you about, sometimes somebody who doesn't know how to operate the mechanism might pick up your helmet. We see it happen all the time at the consumer shows where they'll put it down, they don't realize that the release button's here, so they just shove the shield back up into the helmet. Well, because it's got a little bit of flexibility to it, sometimes it will come loose on one end or the other, and it gets a bit twisted, so they shove it in, and now it seems like it's stuck. If that ever happens to your helmet, you can barely grab the end of it, but you can grab it with your fingertip. And so what you'll want to do is just flex it enough to get it underneath this rubber lip right here, pull it down again, and then remove it as I just showed you and reinstall it. The only thing that you want to really be careful of is that when you've pulled the shield off, you want to make sure that you don't trigger that button, because if you do, the receivers will be up and out of the way and you won't be able to get the shield in. So I hope that's helpful. And again, this is the LS2 OF569. It's one of my favorite summer helmets, and it's actually great for year-round, and I hope this was helpful. When you have a chance, please visit our site at ls2helmets.us and see us on Facebook, and if you like the page, like the page.